Hey guys, it's Steven with a Bytes chart update. As you can see, we've got a nice move for Bytes today. We've got up 4.79%. Just to go over what a floor trader pivot chart is, it's just simple calculation. You take the range high and the range low and then the range close that you like to use. I created this chart back in this area after we had this support and finish here, and it's been playing pretty true to form. As you can see, we've had some resistance at the central pivot, and we've had another resistance here. And I like to think of the central pivot as a magnet. I feel like charts like to move towards certain numbers, and it looks like $90 is the number that the chart is looking for. And just go ahead and show you the calculations here, and you can plug those in. It's you can also create new charts as well. As you can see, you can create a larger scale. You could use the high of 235, the low of 75, and the close of, I guess actually this would be 88 now. And it gives you a different daily pivot. The problem with that is it's a very long-term look to have like a 130 range here. And I don't really feel it's that useful, especially when you have these large kind of artificial moves. It doesn't really show true supply and demand. So I tend to ignore the larger time frames and just focus on what's happening right now. Another thing you can do is more shorter time frames. I used a simple one here, 95 as the high, the low of 80, and then the close of 88. And that's just the recent bias chart here. And what ends up happening is the central pivot starts changing as the price moves. And I guess it's basically just an average, obviously. So as the price is not as strong as it was the week before, you're going to have a lower central pivot. And that's why we have a central pivot of 87 here. You can see it's moving lower. And that's kind of why I think we're seeing this concentration here in this range. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that. So I decided to up my liquidity pool. I closed this position here and I created a new zone between 227 down to 210 here. And unfortunately, we're moving above, so I'm missing out on a lot of action. But I was able to accumulate a small amount here, which will basically cover my gas fees in and out. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that, and maybe I'll have to change my range in the future. But the thing is I don't necessarily want to buy my bytes up here at $88. I want to buy lower, 84 down to this 80 range. So we'll see if I get lucky. If not, it's okay. If the price keeps going up without me, it's not that big of a deal. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that. Let's just check out the Fisher transform, the momentum here, and see what's going on the long term. Move this here. Yeah, so we're still on an uptrend, which is good. You can see we definitely bottom out here, and we're trying to get some momentum to make a new wave higher. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that as well. Yesterday, I talked about the $46,500 range for Bitcoin. I feel like that's a good support range. And we saw some strength in Bitcoin today, but then we kind of fell off towards the end. So it'll be interesting to see how we start the year off. And so we'll definitely keep an eye on that. I did want to point out that we are seeing a, they call this a bullish divergence, where there's a downtrend in the chart, but there could possibly be a upward momentum on upward slope here on the momentum. So that would definitely be nice to see that with Ethereum and just kind of hold this support zone here. I'd like to see that. Volume was pretty high today. We got 1.8 million. Total value locked is going up. I would think that's in anticipation of the event that's coming up. People want to get in on the fees and all the volume that's happening. So that's definitely understandable. The season one floor is up a couple $1,000s here from 169,000. The yield 4 is holding steady. Somebody did list a new lower tier land here below the floor of 9 yesterday. But there's really only about a handful here, a couple handfuls here. So there's not really too much that's going to be holding down these land floor prices once people start scooping them up and we start getting a glimpse at what the real utility is. So definitely want to be looking out for that. All right, we've got a uptick in holders here up to 7,651. The supply is up 2,371, and the market cap is up due to the increase in Ethereum, I believe, and the increase in Bytes. And just to update on my position, up, actually, this is wrong here. It's 270 total here. So, yep. So that's it, guys. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will catch you next time.